A big thank you today for sheriff's deputies in Altadena. A volunteer group cooked up lunch for them to show their gratitude for all the deputies did to evacuate people and save lives during the Eaton Fire. Tonight, KCAL's Nicole Comstock with our story.
Yeah, people want to make sure that first responders are not forgotten about after this fire, particularly not the ones who are stationed here in Altadena. There we go. These deputies are standing in line for a hot meal after 3 weeks of life-changing work.
Altadena 71 early. Hey, Zark, can you take the lead? I can't see anything.
This is what Altadena Sheriff's deputies drove through as they evacuated their own station in the middle of the night after evacuating thousands of homes during the Eaton Fire.
Banging on the door or seeing people or flashlights, just trying to see any type of movement that's in that house. So you can take action on that.
Deputy Sheriff Andrew Garza says the smoke was so thick and the fire was burning so hot, it was almost impossible to access homes.
That self-expression on their face of "help me" is I think is going to be the biggest thing that sticks out to all of us that were here that night.
I mean, I was glad that we were able to save as many people as we could, and people are going to be reunited with their animals and pets, and communities just come together.
And these first responders are feeling that sense of community here at work, where they're on the receiving end of a hero drop, a hot meal served with a side of gratitude from a caterer whose heart is set on feeding and thanking first responders.
I've kept myself in the kitchen straight since the fire started, and I think it's really helped me cope and not overthink everything and just know that, you know, we're doing the best we can to help.
Lindy Exanides donates her time crafting the menus and cooking the food. Her husband, Phil X, guitarist for Bon Jovi, helps drum up the support in the form of donations.
And because of what I do, and we have fans all over the world, you know, we got donations from all over the world. And it's people that can't do anything because they're abroad.
Together, they've raised $30,000 in just a few weeks. They say every penny goes to feeding firefighters and law enforcement officers who have been on the front lines of these devastating fires in LA.
The amount of food, the amount of just thanks that we've been getting since in the last 2.5 weeks has been amazing. It's hard to explain.
It's hard to explain what they went through, what this entire town went through, unless you were there to experience it for yourself.
I'm so proud of my deputies. A lot of them came in on their own time. Some of the supervisors came in. You know, my heart goes out to the community. This is such a vibrant community. So we're going to be here for the long haul.
When the Eaton Fire started, half of the deputies who work here at the Altadena Sheriff's Station were actually on the Palisades fire, so they got sent back to this area along with other deputies from other stations that raced over to help. So this was just a tremendous effort to evacuate people in both fires. Reporting in Altadena, Nicole Comstock, KCAL News.
KCAL News is committed to following fire recovery efforts in each community every step of the way.
That's right. And you can count on us to ask tough questions and hold leaders accountable. If you have a question about rebuilding efforts, a news tip perhaps you want us to investigate, or a story you think we should do, we certainly want to hear from you. Go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen or send us a message on kcalnews.com/tips.